is, of course, the artist will make their original artwork. Let's go upstairs here for a minute. Then we will reproduce the piece in wax. To do that, we need to make a mold. Now, in the old days, they would have used like a plaster mold or something like that. We make rubber molds, where they'll cover the piece in rubber. They'll make it thick enough. Then they put plaster on over the top of that. Here's some that are a little farther along. They've got more rubber on. Then they'll put plaster on. There's a lot of different materials you can use for molds. You can, on simple pieces, you could just use plaster, and then if they're wet, if you coat them with water, you can pour wax directly into plaster molds. You don't get great waxes, but that's probably more in line of what they did a long time ago. Once the mold is done, they will bring it down here. And they will pour wax into the mold. Now, most of the pieces are done hollow, where they'll pour the wax in, kind of slosh it around, pour it back out, let it dry, and they do that several times till they build up a thick, not too thick. We like 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 maybe.
What kind of wax do you use?
We use a pattern wax, and then we reclaim it. It's especially designed for this kind of process, and it's mixed with whatever else everybody else brings in, because we reclaim it. But what you end up with is something like this that you can get a wax out of. Okay.
Nice.
So once the wax is done, watch your feet. Everything around here.
Oh, you're good. I wore closed-toed shoes.
Those are steel-toed shoes.
Closed-toed.
Oh.
Should have worn the steel toe. I got some.
So once the wax is done, we have to, clean up the imperfections from the mold process. For example, on this one here, you can see the parting lines where the pieces of the mold go together. Sometimes there's air bubbles or other imperfections, like this stuff. And so they'll clean up the wax and make it as faithful to the original as possible in here, with the exception that we cut holes in the piece or cut it in parts or whatever, something like that. So we have a whole bunch of pieces here that are gated up. They've been cleaned up using the various tools and stuff. Sometimes they put things together in the wax, whatever. And each piece is hooked to a gating system. So these are designed to funnel the molten bronze into the piece. Okay, so these are gates and screws and stuff to feed the metal into the piece.
So is it hollow on the underside
of this cup?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a little hollow spot, just enough so that the guys can grab it like that. Then what we do is take the piece into the investment area. Now, in the old days, they would, they could just bury them and or build them like plaster, stuff like that. They would put these things in plaster. This material is better than that. Oh, that's not good. The pieces are dipped with this liquid silica ceramic material called slurry. They dip it in there, and then they'll coat it with a fine. The first coat we use is zircon sand, and then they let it dry. Then they do it again, and they put a silica sand on it, really fine stuff.
Is this one covered in it?
Yeah, this is a zircon. This is the second coat, which is a silica. Then we they continue to do that. Get this one, and then they use a coarser sand. And they continue to build up this shell. The dots just kind of remind you guys how many coats are on this. When they're all done, they will go with kind of like these ones are ones that people cancel out there, but they're all ready to go. Then they cut the top of this part off. Don't bring the pieces out here. So here's one where it's been cut off, and then they put in these furnaces out here to melt the wax out of the piece. So this furnace over there, you can walk out there. So they'll take the pieces, they put them in that furnace, and it'll melt the wax out of the piece, and then it goes through holes in the bottom of that and we capture it. And what you end up with are these small little shells. And then they'll pour water in them to make sure they don't leak and stuff. And it also tells us how much material we're going to use. They put these in this furnace over here, and they bake them at 1475 degrees for at least 45 minutes. And that fuses all of this silica together. It's really strong. It's very fragile throughout the process, except for right then. Then it's at its strongest. Then they take them out of the furnace and they'll hang them like this, and they pour molten bronze into the shells.
So these are made of the silica and plaster mix,
Right.
essentially, and then the bronze goes into that because it's hard
Yeah,
and
it's
it doesn't like melt away.
Right. It's basically silica. It's a silica slurry and silica shell. So it's very.
I made a piece. It's in my car. It's got wax inside, and it's just covered in plaster. And it's literally just a block of like it's a circle and a square. And I tried to make like a little man out of clay, but I didn't fire the clay before I tried to dip him in beeswax that was melted. And so my clay man melted, and so did the beeswax. It was a mess. And this is much more efficient.
This is why they call it the lost wax process. You lose your wax for each piece. That's why we need two molds. You need your original mold to reproduce in wax, and you need this one to get the shell. Let's go back this way. They will then knock that shell off of the piece. So this breaks off. It may be very noisy in here.
That's okay. I'm gonna put subtitles on all this. And this is only gonna be shown in my class. This
So
isn't
then
going on
you don't
any
have
YouTube
any
channel or anything.
broadcast, or these they've cut the gates off of these already. These are this is the cup and the sprue system. Let's see if we've got anything in here. No. And they will cut the pieces off like this is part of a big grizzly bear. So on big pieces they do them in lots of pieces. You can see here how they are. They're done hollow by having plugs cut out of them and stuff like that. These have been cut off and sandblasted a little bit. And the guys over here will weld in the plugs.
Gotta get a good look at this guy.
Yeah. Here's the one that's half done. So
wow.
they weld the pieces together, and then they've got to use various tools to grind down the welds and retexture the pieces. And it takes some real talented guys to do that.
That's really cool.
Then when they're done, they'll sandblast the piece, and you can't tell where the welds are. And the pieces are inspected and checked. Like that's what this one has been inspected and checked, and they've gone back in and done touch-up work on it. And it'll get re-sandblasted again. And then we'll put the patina on the piece. Go over there and look at that. So this is waiting for a patina.
That is gorgeous.
There was a picture. One of these was sitting over in the thing there, but you can see the hats. That's where the plug was, and there was a hole in the back and stuff like that. You can't see that. And they apply
that.
various chemicals. Nobody's doing that right now, but they will apply various chemicals, and different chemicals at different temperatures will oxidize on the surface and give you different colors. So we've got a nice variety. Our patina guys our main patina guy is like the best I've ever worked with, and he can do just fantastic.
And that's bronze?
That's bronze. This is bronze. So he's like the best. I've done a lot of patinas over the years, and I'm good, but this guy's incredible. The stuff that he can And once they're all done, then they'll, mount them on bases or whatever we need. Clients pick them up, take them, and sell them.
That is awesome.
So, in the old days, the patinas were pretty limited. A lot of browns. They, used sulfur, urine, stuff
Yeah.
like that for.
And like sometimes I know they would use different metals too. Like on some statues, they would inlay it with copper to give it that like different coloration, or just paint it.
Yes, if you used like a copper, well, bronze has got a lot of copper in it, but if you coppers tend to give you blues and greens, ferric nitrates give you, or ferric things give you rusty colors, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different options.
Great, thank you so much.